This is the Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to This Date in History, AKTDH. I am Xander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU, thank you so much for coming in and joining us. Today is Moon's Day, aka Monday, February 2nd, 2026. 0202 is 2026. A lot of zeros and twos in the date. So...
It was 22, it'd be really something.
Yeah, well, we will be covering that, actually. This show is about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history. So all of these articles, were on February 2nd. Starting with the year 506, Alderac II, king of the Visigoths, promulgated the Lex Romania Visigothium, or Breviary of Alaric, a collection of Roman law. And it says here from the other source, he was the 8th king of the Visigoths. And it was called the Breviarium Alaricianum, or Lex Romana Visigothium, a collection of Roman law.
Grief.
Yeah. 1141, Battle of Lincoln. English King Stephen captured by forces loyal to Empress Matilda and commanded by Robert first Earl of Gloucester. And it says here from the other source, the Battle of Lincoln, at which Stephen, King of England, was defeated and captured by the allies of Empress Matilda. So, what a concept. A leader...
Empress Matilda, would that be a woman?
Well, Empress and Matilda.
Yeah, Empress, of course, okay.
I'll tell you what, honey. I make the most fabulous Empress in the world.
Oh, God, what did I do?
It's something stupid. In 3047, Byzantine Empress Anno convened, which female, by the way, convened a synod to depose Patriarch Joseph Vic in Constantinople. The same night, conspirators let in her rival, John V. Cantacuzeninos, which ended the Byzantine Civil War of 1341 to 1347. Okay, so it sounds like...
That's good.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what happened, because she convened to depose the Patriarch here in that same night. They let in her rival, but what did her rival do? Because it ended the Byzantine Civil War. Did they sit down and talk, or did he kill her? Or
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. 1349, by this date, at least 200 people a day were being buried in London as a result of the Black Death.
Yikes.
Yeah, massive, horrible things. 1428, an intense earthquake struck the Principality of Catalonia, with the epicenter near Camprodon. Widespread destruction and heavy casualties were reported. The 1438, just 10 years later, 9 leaders of the Transylvanian peasant revolt were executed at Torda. Okay. And 1536, Spaniard Pedro de Mendoza founded the Argentine city of Buenos Aires. So,
I wonder if that was my 6th grade teacher, Mr. Mendoza.
I don't know. I mean, I scream like that because it's from The Simpsons. There's this there's this thing, this movie or thing. It's a thing. Hold on, Simpsons Mendoza. Like, it's this fictional movie in the Simpsons universe called McBain or something, and it's supposed to portray like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. But later, let me play this.
Get Mendoza.
Mendoza! Yeah, that's why I scream at Mendoza. So, but yeah, no, it's something interesting. It's an in-universe thing. It's kind of intriguing, actually. 1602, the first recorded performance of William Shakespeare's comedy play Twelfth Night to celebrate Candlemas in the Middle Temple Hall, London, Diary of John Manningham. So I guess he wrote this in his diary, and that's how we got this historical thing. 1653, New Amsterdam was incorporated, becoming a city, later renamed to New York City.
Ah.
Yeah, New Amsterdam was colonized by the Dutch, I believe. Amsterdam, Netherlands, yeah. Dutch, and all that stuff. And then later the British took it, and then I think the Dutch took it back, but then the British took it again, and then they named it New York at some point, and all that, and now it's like one of the most powerful cities in the entire world, if not probably the trade epicenter of the entire world. I mean, the stock exchange.
It's not what it used to be, though.
Like, well,
And the stock exchange still there.
Well, I mean, like,
Still,
there's
it's a financial center.
well,
Absolutely.
it's not just the stock exchange, the World Trade Center, with and without the Twin Towers, the United Nations headquarters. There's a lot of things, more than just, trade and economics that are anchored in that city. Like it's basically like the capital of Earth, essentially. What city would you say would be better suited for whatever New York, as
Better
you say,
suited? We
like-
haven't defined
like
what New York
Hong-
is.
well,
London
Hong Kong,
certainly.
London,
London certainly.
Los Angeles,
No.
Chicago,
No,
um,
I'd say London be on a par, and
Tokyo.
I don't know enough about Tokyo, but perhaps.
What about Berlin?
Yeah, you could say Berlin. I'm starting to think of something in China too that would.
I said Hong Kong, Beijing.
I don't know about. Well, Hong Kong maybe. Okay. We could go on all day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, 1654, the Dutch tragedy Lucifer by Joos van den Vondel, and regarded as his masterpiece, premiered in Amsterdam, to be banned 3 days later. Whoops.
Oh, whoa.
Well, it was called Lucifer, so. 1709, British sailor Alexander Selkirk was rescued by William Dampier after having been marooned on a desert island for 5 years. His story inspired Daniel Defoe to write his book Robinson Crusoe.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, I think, what I covered right before you came in yesterday. Remember, you came in a little late yesterday?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
Well,
I
you wouldn't
wasn't here.
remember because you weren't here. I'm
That's what
saying
you
I
said.
think this is what the last thing I covered before you came in yesterday. Anyway,
Why are
17.
you covering it again today?
Well, because
Just to make sure I get it?
well, no, because I got it in the sources. I just cover what I get.
Yeah, but how'd you do it yesterday and today?
Because it was in the sources for yesterday and today. Like, I don't dive into each individual article to see if it was on the exact calendar date. Our source clearly is duplicating it or something. Or maybe it has something to do with time zones. I don't know, Anyway, 1793, the siege of Mantua ended after 8 months when Count Dagobert Sigmund von Wurmser surrendered the fortress to Mantua. The fortress of Mantua to Napoleon Bonaparte. The fall of Mantua secured French control over northern Italy and marked the beginning of the conclusion of the Italian campaign of 1796 to 1797 and set the stage for the end of the War of the First Coalition. 1798, Federal Street Theater, Boston, became the first in the U.S. destroyed by a fire.
What was now?
The Federal State Theater,
Oh,
1798.
in Boston.
In Boston. 1802, the first leopard exhibited in the U.S. was in Boston. Admission was 25 cents. All right. 1811, Russian settlers established Fort Ross Trading Post north of San Francisco. And 1814, the last of the River Thames frost fairs came to an end. It used to be that the River Thames froze so much that the ice was thick enough to walk on it, to play on it. They eventually started holding festivals every year. Yeah. The River Thames.
Yeah.
Like, it got so thick with ice that, like they set up, like, little tents. They had, like, a petting zoo. They put a whole festival out in the river. If it ever... But I guess this is the last time it occurred. 1829, the madman Jonathan Martin set the York Cathedral on fire. Does 60,000 pounds worth of damage. That's heavy, Doc.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. Who are you, Phil Swift? I'm gonna saw this cathedral in half and put it together with Flex Seal. 1843, U.S. and British settlers in Oregon Country, chose a government committee. So
Is that actually ours?
U.S. and British settlers.
Yeah. Okay.
So and this is before anybody was really laying claim. They were just out there settling, and they chose some kind of government committee. Because you need some kind of system of checks. Government is needed to a certain extent,
Yes.
1848, the first Chinese immigrants arrived by boat in San Francisco, California. And actually, hold on a second. Let me catch up with pictures. So this is New Amsterdam, which later became New York City.
Oh, okay.
This is a map of how it looked and everything. And could you imagine some of the streets? They actually had, like, rivers coming in. They filled in some of these things to make various streets, like Broadway.
Yeah.
And we know that Wall Street is called that because there used to be a wall there. Here
Yeah.
it is, Wall
Yeah.
Street. There's the wall.
Yeah.
So anyway, we also have here these the Chinese immigrants. Whoops. So it's pretty cool. There's a photo from all the way back then.
It's a heck of a photo.
Yeah. 1848, Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo was signed and ended the Mexican-American War. Mexico lost 55% of its territory to the U.S., including California, Nevada, and Utah, in exchange for $15 million. That's a heck of a loss, but they still got some money out of it.
Yeah.
But this is what we got. So all this used to be
Wow.
Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah. Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. And yeah, where like I don't name the city, but where it's at, where the shop is at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the little ranchero thing,
Yeah.
the museum.
Yeah.
Like I think that
That was the governor of.
I think like some point that was involved with the Mexican-American War
It
or
could have
something.
been very easily
Yeah.
because he was granted from Spain back in the day.
Might have been
Oh.
before that then.
Whole chunk of land down there. You
Yeah.
know, he went all the way down practically to the border. I don't know. It was all. What he was
Well-
just granted was he just picked something on the map and it was huge.
Well, now that sounds more like colonization, which is prior to this war. So maybe,
Yeah, it could be.
yeah. Well, that's something that I would actually like to look into. We need to go there one day.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. It has. I don't know when it's open and stuff like that.
I gotta
have to
look
go
that up.
by and- yeah, we'll have to.
Yeah. 1852, the first British public men's toilet opened in Fleet Street, London, England. And I gotta show this to you. This is really,
Is it on fire?
no.
Sorry, folks. That's an inside joke.
Well, when it's
If you watch the news show, you would know what we're talking about.
well, when it's in the
Funniest thing in
toilet,
the
it goes from inside to outside. But you can't really see it that well. But it looks like it's underground. Like you have up here street level,
Yeah.
and it goes underground. You have sinks up here, so I think that the sinks are constantly filling and draining down into here, because then you have the latrines down here with doors for privacy, but you have a spiral staircase on either side. So and then you have the drain that goes this way, you know, for sewage.
Yeah.
So that's really
Weird.
interesting.
Weird.
Yeah. Anyway, 1861, the Organized Incorporated Territory of Nevada was created, lasting until October 31st, 1864. So, you know, here, Territory of Nevada, pretty much.
And then they must have become a state or something. That's what I don't.
Eventually, yeah.
What changed in '64 is what I'm getting at.
Well,
That's only 3 years.
when did Nevada become a state? Blah, blah, blah. 36 to 1864. October
There you
31st. Yeah, so that's
Okay.
why it
Yeah.
was no longer a territory, because it became a state.
Yeah.
I would say that, but then I'd be talking out of my ass even if I was right. Which I
You
mean,
notice I asked it in a question form,
yes,
so I'm not talking out of my ass.
yes. 1868 as well. Pro-imperial forces captured Osaka Castle from the Tokugawa shogunate and burnt it to the ground. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Oh, I'm supposed to image search this. I forgot to add that to the notes because I couldn't find a good enough image to use for the thumbnail. So, can see this is a little small, but can you see this is what it used to look like? Burnt that to the ground. You know, that's unfortunate, but I mean, when the people have enough, they have enough.
It's made out of stone, though.
The bottom one, the bottom part, yes. Well, you can still, like, you know, with enough heat and everything, you can dislodge stone and cause all sorts of stuff. 1869, American industrialist James Oliver invented removable tempered steel plow blade. And I just want to image search this really quick as well. So, just looks like a plow blade.
Yeah.
But it didn't look exciting enough for a thumbnail, but I still wanted to showcase this.
Yeah.
It had to be made somewhere, somehow, sometime, you know, and this is when. 1870, Cardiff giant, supposed petrified human, proved to be gypsum. And this is an image of that. They believed it was some kind of like fossilized giant or something, but it turned out to be some kind of hoax. I don't know why they're all here holding their hats
Gypsum's
down.
wood.
Yeah.
Right?
Gypsum. Gypsum. Let's see here. Gypsum. Gypsum is a soft sulfate mineral composed of calcium sulfate dihydrate with the chemical formula, whatever. It is widely mined and is used as a fertilizer. So it's not wood, it's rock.
Okay.
So, like, I think somebody carved that and then, like, tried to pass it off. Or maybe this is part of the conspiracy to try to disprove the fact that giants or the Nephilim existed. All this stuff. Who knows? 1870 as well. The Seven Brothers, Seatsman Velgesta, a novel by Finnish author Alexis Kivi, was published the first time in several thin booklets. That's interesting. How could you publish a book in multiple things like that? Several thin booklets. 1876, baseball's National League formed at the Grand Central Hotel in New York City with teams in Boston, Chicago, Cincinnati, Hartford, Louisville, New York, Philadelphia, and St. Louis. It says here the National League of Professional Baseball Clubs of Major League Baseball was formed. I'm very happy that they changed the name because that was incredibly wordy. No, that was what they were called. The National League of Professional Baseball Clubs of Major League Baseball.
Wow.
That was their original name. Holy shit. 1880, the SS Strathlevin arrived in London with the first shipment of frozen Australian mutton. All right. Oh yeah, here's the logo for the National League. So, of professional baseball clubs. You know, yada yada yada. I mean, that's almost as wordy as the Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. But the professional clubs is just kind of a defining thing.
Yeah.
They're not gonna use that whole thing in the...
Well, they shortened it, but that was the whole whole title. Anyway, here's a picture of mutton. Yeah. Moving on up, 1881, the sentences of the trial of the Warlocks of Shiloh were incorporated. Okay.
I don't know what that means.
I have no idea, but it sounded the Warlocks of Shiloh. What the hell? 1887, the first Groundhog Day was observed at Gobbler's Knob.
Ah, yeah.
What is it? Gobbler's Knob.
Gobbler's Knoll, I think.
No, Knob.
Yeah, that's right. It is Knob. Gobbler's Knob.
But dude,
still there today.
Well, yes, but do you not understand how disgusting that sounds? Do you know what a knob is?
Yes, of course. Shine your knob.
Yeah. Gobbler's Knob.
But just an update for today. He didn't see his shadow, so there's another 6 weeks of winter coming this year.
Yeah, in Punxsutawney, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Oh, that damn gopher. Oh.
Punxsutawney.
Phil, yes. Passamaquoddy. But no, I'm just sitting here, I'm just like, I'm surprised there hasn't been just a tidal wave of memes. No, seriously. Gobbler's Knob and the groundhog in the glory hole. Come on. 1888, Frank Sprague opened the first successful U.S. electric street railway system, the Richmond Union Passenger Railway in Richmond, Virginia. All right. 1892, a bottle cap for beverages was patented by U.S. inventor William Painter and is still used today. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Bottle caps.
Well, that's
of course,
amazing.
still used today. So.
I mean, they haven't improved on it in some way,
Well, there might have been some tweaks here and there, but, I mean, here's... trying to get an image of the original patent. So they just show here, it's in conjunction with the actual model of the bottle. So the bottle needs to be made with a thing here for the bottle cap to be curved around, over, and under for a 360-degree grip. So it's not just the cap. The bottle needs to be made in conjunction with it too. Yes. Of course. So... which is interesting, because it's kind of like the whole, what came first, chicken or the egg? What came first, the bottle cap or the lip? What came first, the elevator shaft or the elevator? Well, I know that the shaft was invented first, for a fact. Yeah. Although it was cylindrical, not square, but I wonder if he worked with the bottle manufacturer or if he made that bottle and somehow because. Can you imagine, trying to convince the entire industry to use the bottles you made because of your new cap invention? They have to change the entire way how they make it and everything.
But you've got to realize that to sell your product in a bottle like that, because they're expanding from soda fountains where you get.
Well, no. They had bottles with caps before. They still have them to this day. Like, they have a little flip thing.
Oh, okay.
Or corks.
Oh, yeah. But I don't think they ever had corks to sodas.
No.
But you're right. They may have had that.
But like that flip thing,
Yeah.
I know that was used in beers and everything, back in the day.
Okay.
So, but I'm just wondering, because he invented the bottle cap, but then for it to take off the way it did, he had to convince entire industries, to. Not just of his cap, but a bottle that works with the cap. It's a 2-for-1 invention. It's not just the cap; it's the bottle.
They're forgetting one important thing. He had to have the bottle opener also.
Yes. Well, then eventually
you're not going to get that off without a bottle opener.
Yes. Now you had to invent a 3-for-1 until the invention of the twist-offs.
Yeah.
And then that's that scene from Back to the Future comes to mind. How do I open it?
You took it out of there and pops it on the opener. Yeah.
Anyway, 1892, the longest boxing match under modern rules, 77 rounds in Namaquoy, Illinois, between Harry Sharp and Frank Crosby. Holy crap, bro. Bruh. So let's just say.
I just guess it had to be determined on who couldn't get back up.
Yeah, but I mean, let's say 2 minutes. Okay, I know a round is 3 minutes, but let's just say 3 minutes times 77 equals 231 non-consecutive minutes of fighting in total. You have your 3 minutes on, and then however long a break is in between. But still, just to accumulate 231 minutes. Doing anything that physically straining over the course of a day?
Yeah.
I cannot imagine that. This is insane.
But I would like to know what the rules were. Why did it go so long?
This is modern rules. Under modern rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, so.
Well, whatever the modern rules are. I don't know.
Well, they wouldn't go 77 rounds today, so it's not that modern. Because now they have a point system, and, Well, this looks like you go till someone you get knocked out.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna ask the audience. Let us know in the comments section. Any semantics about that. Moving on up here to 1899, the Australian Premiers Conference was held in Melbourne. Decided to locate Australia's capital of Canberra between Sydney and Melbourne. All right. 1900, Boston, Detroit, Milwaukee, Baltimore, Chicago, and St. Louis agreed to form baseball's American League. Yeah. Kind of interesting. I wonder if they did that intentionally, with the other league we spoke about. Yeah. 1901,
probably.
The Female Army Nurse Corps was established as a permanent organization. All right. 901 as well, Queen Victoria's funeral took place in St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle, England. And here's the no, this is the nurse corps that I just spoke about, and here's an image of that funeral. We have photograph from that time. That is remarkable. But they brought her up on you can see the casket here.
Yeah.
The guard, it's wild. And that was 1901. That photograph. Pretty cool.
Very cool. Yeah. I love old photographs.
Yeah. 901 as well, the U.S. Congress passed the Army Reorganization Act, placing the minimum number of men under arms at 58,000. So that's the absolute limit, smallest amount of people we can. I'm sure it's a lot more today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 906, Papal encyclical against separation of church and state, of course. Those people want those two combined. They reigned supreme for hundreds of years. Mm-hmm. They want it back. 1909, Italian writer Filippo Tommaso Marinetti published Manifest of Futurism in Paris, France. What does that entail? And we also have the Paris Film Congress opened, an attempt by European producers to form an equivalent to the MPPC cartel in the United States. MPPC cartel.
I don't know what that is.
Neither do I. So, Motion Pictures Patents Company. Oh. Yeah, so they were in charge of the patents, so of course they locked out Europe, probably, it sounds like. 1912, Frederick R. Law parachuted from the Statue of Liberty in a stunt for Pathy. Okay.
I wonder if it got him arrested.
I'm not sure.
It will today.
Oh, yeah, definitely. 1913, New York City's Grand Central Terminal train station opened. We've been there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 1920, Tartu-Dorpat Peace Treaty. The USSR recognized Estonian independence. Now, this is weird because I was under the influence that the USSR didn't officially form until 1922. You know, we covered that about a week or so ago. But it says here, because we have from a couple other sources, Estonia declares its independence from Russia, the Dorpat Peace, altered primary source. And then from the other source, as a result of the Tartu-Dorpat Peace Treaty, Estonia declared its independence from Russia. The USSR then recognized it. So Russia recognized it, then the USSR, because Russia is Russia. Russia is part of the USSR, but the USSR is not essentially Russia. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah, I think.
Well, as in, like, Russia is a country, but the USSR is a dominion.
Yeah.
So, okay. 1922, James Joyce's novel Ulysses was first published by Sylvia Beach in Paris. 1,000 copies. That turned a lot of heads. You know, massive. Like it was deemed obscene and all that stuff. It was banned. It went through courts. You know,
really?
All sorts. Oh yeah, a massive controversy about Ulysses. Actually, let me see if it says here. Considered to be one of the most influential writers in the modernist avant-garde of the earliest 20th century, Joyce is best known for Ulysses, a landmark work in which the episodes of Homer's Odyssey are paralleled in an array of contrasting literary styles. Blah, blah, blah. But hold on a second. Let's see here. The ban on James Joyce's novel Ulysses in the U.S. was lifted. Appears to be December 6, 1933. We have here in 1934, U.S. Court of Appeals upheld lower court ruling striking down government's attempt to ban controversial James Joyce novel Ulysses. Yeah. No, like it was a whole thing.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah. 1922 as well, Palindrome Day. You know what a palindrome is?
I'm familiar with the word, but no, so I don't.
Race car is a palindrome, and so is Taco Cat.
What's Taco Cat?
Tacocat. Taco. It's a reverse. It's a mirror, a palindrome.
Oh, okay.
That's what a palindrome is.
Oh, okay.
Race car, Racecar. Race cars. It's reversed.
Okay.
That's what a palindrome is.
Didn't know that.
So it was 2/22/22 on 2/2/22.
Ah, okay.
That's so total palindrome.
Yeah, there you go.
And we will be talking about another palindrome date because we did have another one. 1922, the uprising called the Pork Mutiny started in the region between Kuolajärvi and Savukoski in Finland. All right? The Pork Mutiny. Yeah. 1923, ethyl gasoline was first marketed in Dayton, Ohio. All right. 23 as well, the U.S. signed a friendship treaty with Central American countries. All right. 24, International Ski Federation, the FIS, formed. In 1925, Belgian episcopacy rejected liberalism, communism, and socialism. Very smart decision.
Yeah.
25 as well. Dog sleds reached Nome with emergency diphtheria serum after 1,000 kilometers. This is the serum run to Nome. This inspired the Iditarod race. So, like the annual Iditarod and everything. And I wonder, was this also Balto?
Oh, the dog?
The Balto thing. So.
So what was the serum for? Did I miss something there?
Diphtheria.
Oh.
Diphtheria, whatever. This is.
Diphtheria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you call me a dip all the time. Does that mean I have diphtheria?
No.
No, I'm just a dipshit. 1925, the National League held a Golden Jubilee year meeting at same hotel where the NL began. Nice. 1 year after that, 3 men danced to Charleston for 22 hours.
Whoa, yeah, they used to have those.
Yep. In 1931, the first Siyum of Talmud was celebrated by Daf Yomi students. All right. And we also have the first use of a rocket to deliver mail was in Austria. It became the first country to deliver mail via rockets, and they were not the only ones. Yes, mail via rockets, and even the United States of America, for a short time, experimented with rocket mail. You load it up onto a missile, you just boom, and then you collect it where it lands. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Like, it was a real thing. Rocket mail. Let's see here. Not to be confused with Rocket Mortgage. It was one of the first major free webmails. Actually, no, this is something else. Rockets mail postage. There we go. Postage that no rocket mail. Okay, here we go. Rocket mail is delivery of mail by rocket or missile. What did it say here? The rocket-launched SSMN-8 Regulus cruise missile was used for one attempt to deliver mail. Rocket mail is the delivery of mail by rocket or missile. The rocket lands by deploying an internal parachute upon arrival. So basically, like with our model rockets, but much bigger.
Yeah.
So it just gets to its destination and just lands, and then you go and you collect it.
Yeah.
Okay. 1932, the Geneva Disarmament Conference began with 60 countries. In 1932 as well, Reconstruction Finance Corporation, RFC, was organized in the U.S. to provide financial support to state and local governments and to make loans to banks, railroads, mortgage associations, and to other businesses. I guess 1932 during the Great Depression.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 1933, Hermann Göring banned communist meetings and demonstrations in Germany. Okay. 1933 as well. 2 days after becoming Chancellor, Adolf Hitler dissolved the German Reichstag, the parliament.
Yeah.
Yep. 1934, Dutch Roman Catholic bishops warned against fascism and Nazism. Yeah, like...
Good call.
Well, I mean, like, if anyone knows the dangers of fascism, it would be the Roman Catholics first and foremost, because fascism was invented by Benito Mussolini, Italian, capital is Rome, and that's where the Vatican is, So they'd be the first to experience that madness. 1934, Dutch Roman Catholic, we got that one. 1934 as well, the Import-Export Bank, or Export-Import Bank of the United States was incorporated. And then 1935, Leonard Keeler first used his polygraph machine on criminals who were later convicted of assault based on its findings in Portage, Wisconsin. Or Portage, something. So... Frank Sinatra, in 1940, performed at the Lyric Theater in Indianapolis, Indiana, his first as featured singer with the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra.
Ah.
All right. 1942, the LA Times urged security measures against Japanese Americans. Okay, so now, we're starting to get... actually, no, that's after Pearl Harbor. So this is 42. So, and once again, the argument arises, why not pressure the German Americans?
Yeah, of course.
We should have.
Yeah.
So, 1942 as well, U.S. auto factories switched from commercial to war production. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we actually saw a small scale of that firsthand during the pandemic. When Trump started getting all these people, build respirators, build this, build ventilators,
Yeah.
So we saw, and that blew your mind.
Yes.
Yeah. So... 1942 as well, the Oswald Group was responsible for the first active event of anti-Nazi resistance in Norway to protest the inauguration of Vidun Quinslong. All right. 365 days later, in 1943, the German Sixth Army surrendered after the Battle of Stalingrad, and a major turning point in Europe during World War II. Yes, we've been talking about this for the past couple of days. 43 as well, MLB Chicago Cubs returned to original uniform after experimenting with a vest style. Huh. 1944, Allied troops first set foot on Japanese territory. So we've taken, and now we're, we've taken everything they've taken, and now we are on their land. 44 as well, baseball met in New York City to discuss post-war action. So not the Mets, well, maybe the Mets, but but they all met together, to have a meeting and everything.
Yeah.
45, escape attempt at Matheson concentration camp. They tried. In 1946, the proclamation of Hungarian Republic was made. And 48, President Harry Truman urged Congress to adopt a civil rights program. Yep, should have listened to him. 1950, we have the first broadcast of What's My Line on CBS TV. Yeah.
What's My Line? Man, that was around a long time then.
Yeah. 1952, B.B. King's 3 O'Clock Blues hit number 1 on the U.S. Billboard's R&B hit parade to become his first national hit.
Oh, man.
In R&B, of course, being Rhythm and Blues.
Yeah.
1954, Rio Grande College basketball forward Bevo Francis scored NCAA record 113 points versus Hillsdale College. Wow. That is one skilled athlete. 1954 as well, the Nutcracker Ballet, choreographed by George Blanchine with Maria Talif as the Sugar Plum Fairy, opened in New York, established its popularity in the U.S. All right. 1954 as well, President Eisenhower announced the detonation of the world's first hydrogen bomb, which was tested 2 years prior in 1952. Took a sweet time to let us know. 54 as well, snow fell on Gibraltar. You know, the Gibraltar and everything? Yeah. Now, what's really interesting is, the term spaghetti westerns?
No.
Well, like, the good, the bad, and the ugly, all that stuff. They're called spaghetti westerns.
Oh.
And everything with, what's his face?
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, him. They're called that because they were filmed out in Italy.
Oh.
And some parts, they were filmed out in Spain. In southern Spain, because there's a desert area.
Oh.
Yeah.
Seems like a long way to go to make a western.
Well,
plenty of western country country here.
I don't remember the reasons, but there were reasons.
Of course there were reasons.
So, yeah. But yeah. So, and Gibraltar is down in southern Spain. And, snow falling down there, that's pretty unusual. But then again, a while ago we spoke about, snow falling in the Sahara. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, 1954 as well, the Detroit Red Wings played in the first outdoor hockey game by an NHL team in an exhibition against the Marquette French Prison Pirates in Marquette, Michigan. All right. We have the first presidential news conference on network TV Eisenhower on ABC in 1955 occurred. And then 1 year after that, 56, despite a severe ankle injury, Tenley Albright led an American 1-2 in the women's figure skating at the Cortina d'Ampezzo Winter Olympics. Carol Heath took the silver medal. All right. 1957, the United Nations adopted a resolution calling for Israeli troops to leave Egypt. Yep. In 58, Syria joined Egypt and the United Arab Republic. So I guess there was a United Arab Republic for a while. So, 59, Buddy Holly's last performance at Surf Ballroom in Clear Lake, Iowa. Yep. Rest in peace. 59 and 9, experienced ski hikers in the northern Ural Mountains in the Soviet Union died under mysterious circumstances. I wonder if these are the people who the holes in the tents were from the inside, and they had found them with radiation burns, with their tongues removed, all sorts of.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, that happened somewhere in the Soviet Union. I wonder if this was the incident, because it was about the same number, same type of explanation. They were experienced ski hikers, so I'm wondering if this is the incident that I'm thinking of. Anyway, 1960, Michel Eufema sunk 625 balls in a pool match without a miss. Wow.
That's a lot of balls.
Yeah. 1962, the first pole vault over 16 feet, or 4.88 meters, was done by John Ulysses in Melrose Games. All right.
Now they go way higher than that with these bending poles.
Oh, yeah. We also have 8 of 9 planets aligned for the first time in 400 years.
Whoa.
Yeah. 1963, British pop singer Helen Shapiro began an English tour. The Beatles were part of Undercard.
Ah.
So, yeah.
Their opening act.
Yeah. 64, people elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Red Faber, Burleigh Grimes, Tim Keefe, Heine Manouche, John Montgomery Ward, and Miller Higgins. All right. And by looks of this picture, these are people from way back in the day.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You know that era. Which, by the way, you know the name of that song?
No.
The Entertainer.
Oh.
You know the tune, though, right?
Yeah.
So, 1964, G.I. Joe debuted as a popular stadium boys toy, also known as an action figure or a doll.
Yeah.
I have a few of those. 1966, Pakistan suggested a 6-point agenda with Kashmir dispute as number 1 item for proposed Indo-Pakistani ministerial talks after the 1965 war. All right. 1967, formation of American Basketball Association, the ABA, was announced.
Yeah.
And 1969,
They were an upstart to the NBA.
And in 1969, Stan Kovaleski and Waite Hoyot were voted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. I probably butchered those names. 1970, Louisiana State University's Pete Maverat became the first to score 3,000 college basketball points.
Yeah, Pete Maravich. Called him Pistol Pete.
Ah. That photograph kind of sort of makes him look a little bit like a young Keanu Reeves. You know, from his Bill and Ted time.
Oh, way back.
Yeah. Whoa. 1971, General Idi Amin ousted Milton Obote and appointed himself president and dictator of Uganda.
Piece of... I wanted to say what?
Yeah, piece of shit. So, 71 as well, U.S. Congressional Black Caucus organized with Charles C. Diggs Jr. as first chair. Can you dig it? 71 as well, the International Ramsar Convention for the Conservation and Sustainable Utilization of Wetlands was signed in Ramshar, Mazandaran, Iran. All right. 72, angry demonstrators burned the British Embassy in Dublin to the ground in protest at the shooting dead of 13 people on Bloody Sunday. Yikes. 1972, Lefty Gomez, Ross Young, and William Harridge were selected for the Baseball Hall of Fame. All right. 73, the Midnight Special, late night rock music show debuted on NBC TV. Performers included Ike and Tina Turner, Curtis Mayfield, Don McLean, and the Byrds, and George Carlin. George Carlin. Huh. Wow.
He's not exactly a music guy.
Yeah, I was like, that one of these is not like the other. You know? 1974, Barbra Streisand's first #1 hit, The Way We Were. What? Came out, recorded, concert? Like, what? Like, it just says first #1 hit.
Yeah, it was her first #1 song.
But what about it? Like, is this when she was recorded? Is it when she wrote it? Is this when it came out? Is this when like what?
No, her first song that went to #1. It's been released, sold to the public, and it went #1.
Okay, so is this when it went #1?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this is when it hit number. So okay.
Of course, read it again.
No, Barbra Streisand's first #1 hit, "The Way We Were."
Yeah. So on this day, she got her first #1 hit.
Okay. Maybe I'm just looking way too deep into it or
you
something.
Are, yeah. Pretty simple there. Wahoo! I'm sure she was tickled pink.
I'm one of these stupid teachers. The writer said the walls are blue because the writer has crippling depression. The writer's like, the walls are blue because they're not fucking red. Okay? 1974, Playmobil toys debuted at the Nuremberg Toy Fair, designed by Hans Beck and produced by the Brandestar Group. All right, Playmobil. I had a few of those.
Why does it sound so familiar? I don't remember what it is.
Oh, you'll recognize these.
Playmobil.
You will recognize these immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these sets.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Playmobil, 1990s. Yeah, here we go. I still have this guy somewhere. Right here. That's, I have this ship. Remember this ship?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, we played with it in the pool all the time.
Yeah.
So, man, I wonder if I still have it somewhere. Floating around. I still have that cannon. I remember that cannon.
You have everything.
I have so much. But best thing I have is sitting right next to me. You know? 1974, the smallest crowd at Cleveland Arena, the Cavs versus Golden State, saw 1,641 people. It's not a lot of people.
No.
74, the F-16 Fighting Falcon flew for the first time, and let's take a look at that bird, actually. So get rid of that. What do we have here? Images. Okay, so looks like a standard jet for my aviation fans. You know, if there are any. Yeah. Well, it's from 74.
Yeah, I know.
F-16. You know, that's yeah. It was groundbreaking at the time, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So, 1975, Army offensive against rebels in Eritrea. Okay. 76, a honeymooners' second honeymoon aired on TV. Well, then they wouldn't be called the honeymooners if they didn't honeymoon, now would they? You know?
I wonder what second honeymoon meant.
Well, it's no longer their first, but not yet their third.
It was a good sitcom.
Yeah. 1976, Roger Connor, Fred Lindstrom, and umpire Cal Hubbard were elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. And the Soviet Salyut 4 space station re-entered Earth's atmosphere. Obviously, probably burning up. It was a space station and all that stuff. 1980, the Federal Bureau of Investigation released details of ABSCIM, a sting operation that targeted 31 elected and public officials for bribes and for political favors. Pardon me for the sneezing, by the way. 1983, CBS's premiere of fact-based World War II drama The Scarlet and the Black, based on the life of Monsignor Hu O'Flaherty. I'd like to see that, actually. It sounds interesting.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. We also have Chicago Archbishop Joseph Bernardin was among 18 new cardinals named by Pope John Paul II. All right. In 84, the first Soap Opera Digest Awards were held, in which Days of Our Lives won. Because, of course. Yeah. 1986, Dalai Lama met with Pope John Paul II in India. All right. 87, Philippines adopted a constitution. After the 1986 People Power Revolution, the Philippines enacted a new constitution. 1989, we have 0 degrees or negative 18 Celsius or below in 15 U.S. states. They experienced weather at or below 0 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 18 degrees Celsius. See, I did a little curve on that one.
I try not to watch.
But that's crazy.
Cold.
Yes. 89, FWD clerk replaced P.W. Botha as South Africa's National Party leader. Na na na, hey hey hey, goodbye. Let me cheer for this. Had to do multiple cheers. Got rid of the racist. 1990, South African President FWD Klerk promised to free Nelson Mandela and legalized unbanned ANC, the African National Congress, and 60 other political organizations. Yeah. Good on FWD Klerk. You know, Klerk does the work. You know, you can't house the rush, and Klerk does the work. 1991, New Hampshire snaps its 32-game losing streak at home, beating Holy Cross 72-56. All right. 1992, the IRS and Willie Nelson settled on a $9 million tax bill of $16.7 million.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He never paid his taxes.
Yeah, what an idiot. 1993, Frito-Lay paid a court-ordered $2,500,000 to singer-songwriter Tom Waits for using his distinctive voice song style in radio advertisement. Good. Yeah, they tried to plagiarize this dude. You know, bastards. Oh, which, by the way, that reminds me, speaking of plagiarism, and I sent this to you, Golden Loon. Hold on a second. Golden. I'm going to play this on the show just so that way I get your live reaction.
I had somebody DM me. I'm in New York right now. I had somebody DM me talking about they saw me in a Skechers ad. They said, "Is this you?" I pull up to the Skechers store. What do I see? Bro, wait till I show y'all the original picture. I didn't authorize this. Let me show y'all what the original picture looked like. So this original photo is from 2021, and they photoshopped the forces out and put some Skechers on. Like, how am I gonna walk past this?
They stole his Facebook photo.
Wow.
And edited the background.
Yeah. And
changed his shoes, and they're making money off of his likeness without even telling him.
Yeah.
Just straight up robbing him. So people out there, be aware your stuff is being taken constantly. And this guy, at least he got something out of it. He's a lucky fella. What else we got here? 1993, Václav Havel became the first president of an independent Czech Republic after the split with Slovakia. All right. 95, Henry Olga no ball for throwing in Zimbabwe-Pakistan Test cricket. All right. So we went from 600-something balls to no balls. And I had to throw in a cricket because a day or so ago, we went out no cricket. Not a one cricket article. And I'm not sure if you even noticed.
I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. But I had to put a cricket one in here. So, 1997, Scotty Bowman became the first coach in NHL history to win 1,000 games. All right. In the year 2000, the first digital cinema projector in Europe, specifically Paris, was realized by Philip Bennett with the DLP cinema technology developed by Texas Instruments. All right. 2007, police officer Filippo Rossetti was killed when a clash broke out in the Sicily derby between Cantillana and Palermo in the Series A, the top flight of Italian football. This event led to major changes in stadium regulations in Italy. So, rest in peace, Mr. Rossetti. 2012, a cold snap across Europe killed more than 100 people, over 400 people by the 8th. So, in the 6 more days, it'll kill another 300 people. Yikes. 2012, NHL player Sam Gagner became the first player to score 8 points in one game for the Edmonton Oilers against the Chicago Blackhawks since 1989. Congratulations to you. 2013, Shinzo Abe, may you rest in peace, Japan's prime minister, vowed to defend the Senkaku Islands at all costs. So, and what happened to him was terrible. Just 2 days after, it was July 6th or something. I remember that because it was after July 4th. That was a wild ass week. That was a crazy week. 2014, protests in Ukraine turned violent after Parliament passed legislation that outlaws protests. Well, gee, I wonder why. Stupid Ukraine. 2016, the first case of Zika contracted on U.S. mainland Texas, and second known sexually transmitted case confirmed in Texas. So now it's spread up into the states. And we've spoken the past couple of days about the Zika virus. So we're going to move on up from here. 2018, all 955 miners were rescued from the Beatrix Gold Mine in Welcome Town, South Africa, after 2 days underground.
I remember
my goodness.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now, the one that I'm thinking of, I think, was in Mexico or Yucatan or something, where they sent that metal tube at an angle to one at a time get them out. Or maybe they did the same thing here. You know what? Let me look this up really quick, because I'm sure it'll provide me an image, especially since it's from 2018. Okay, yeah, this is the metal tube I'm talking about. They have, like you see, the thing is kind of at an angle or something. It's not showing me the metal tube. Maybe the metal tube is something different. I'm not sure. But anyway, thank goodness, that they're saved. 2019, stadium singer R. Kelly was arrested after turning himself in on 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse, including with 3 minors. May he burn under the prison. 2020, more than 40 mummies from 323 to 330 BC were found at a burial site at Tuna El Gebel archaeological site south of Cairo, Egypt. Nice. 2019, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam admitted to wearing blackface in 1984, but said he is not in a photo of men wearing blackface at a Ku Klux Klan robe on a yearbook page. Okay. 2020, another palindrome day. The date 02/02/2020 read the same forward and backward, including in the U.S. and China. The last one like this was 11 November 1111. So, 2021, Alejandro Mayorkas was the first Latino immigrant to be confirmed as head of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Sounds like a DEI hire, though. Check boxes. Yeah. Which, if he's not, my apologies. If he earned it, then he earned it. But in this time, a lot of people did not earn it. Hence, DEI didn't earn it. Diversity, equity, inclusion, affirmative action, all that stuff. It just really devalues those people, honestly.
And it's exactly right.
It's really sad.
You say your apologies if you did earn it, but
yes.
There's always that question. You worked your ass off, you earned it fair and square, and then you get a question mark. No, that's the lousy side of it.
Yeah.
That's the downside.
2021, Jeff Bezos announced he was stepping down as CEO of Amazon after 30 years, becoming executive chairman. Yeah, sure. Change your title, you scumbag. 2021, Russia's Sputnik 5 COVID-19. I remember when they came out with this, I was like, why the fuck are they naming a vaccine Sputnik? Sputnik 5 COVID-19 vaccine deemed 91% effective according to analysis published in The Lancet. But that's all bullshit. 2021, Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny was jailed for 3.5 years in jail over alleged parole violations in Moscow. Yeah, bullshit. 2021, U.S. President, let's go, Brandon, signed executive orders to reunite immigrant families, setting up a new task force to address around 1,000 remaining separated families. that Obama separated and he put the children in cages. Remember that? He did all that. 2021, the Burmese military established a state administration council and the military junta after deposing the democratically elected government in the 2021 Myanmar coup d'etat. 2022, more than 1 million Afghans have fled the country for Iran since October due to the country's economic crisis, according to immigration authorities, threatening a new migrant crisis. It's not a threat, it's a promise. 2024, wildfires began burning in Chile east of Vina del Mar, spread to Quilpú and Villa Alemana, killing at least 131 with hundreds missing. Chile's greatest natural disaster since 2010. And that shall conclude the show for today. Please check the underbar of the description for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to Omni Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis. We can only bring you a portion. You saw all the ones that we scrolled over, and that's only from 2 sources. Please, it's up to you to find the artifacts of our history, but only if each individual reaches out with and for open mindfulness and a yearn to learn, to see outside of what you think you know, to grow, and to find enlightenment. We have to find common ground with those who see their opinions differently from your own, and to find a better way to be better to one another. For your dose of fast events daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. Please check the underbar for all of you and all of us. I'm Mayo Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you, viewer, you. Thank you again for watching. And until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles! And stream